because then she'd see the video
I know.
and see the.
Do you see how she doesn't even care?
Okay,
There's
Desmond,
no
did you
evidence
turn
I
it back
told
on
you
Abby?
to, though.
Oh, you know you're the
Okay.
favorite. You
Here
don't
we
have to
go.
worry.
Dilation.
Oh,
I'm used to this. Dilation.
Look at me, I'm comfy.
Dilation is a transformation that is not a rigid motion. Dilation is a transformation that is not a rigid motion. What is a rigid motion?
Keeping all the
A
angles
little
and
bit.
sides the same shape.
Yes, so when I dilate something, it's not a
You can
rigid
go like
motion
this.
because the sides are going to get smaller or larger. Think about it when you go and get your eyes dilated at the doctor.
I hate that.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I
Your
see
eyes get
everything
real
so
big,
short.
right?
I see everything.
A nice little
I had to
pupil.
wear sunglasses.
Okay.
Why?
So, a dilation is a transformation that is not a rigid motion. Dimensions change. Shrinking or expanding of a figure with each side shrinking or expanding proportionally about a center point. That's what dilation is. So, what's happening is it's shrinking and expanding about the center of that object, not about a different part. So it's all coming proportionally. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Dog?
Yeah.
We have 8 slides, so we're going quick.
Wow.
Is that a lot?
Yeah,
No.
I think yesterday we had 4.
I had 6.
We did a bunch yesterday. Okay, Abby, you just keep a little tally marker over there for each thing.
Actually, Mrs. Peters, it was
What?
the last word on that side each.
Yes.
Because I can only see
Well,
With
that.
actually,
each
you did.
side shrinking or expanding proportionally about a center point.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No.
5 more
59,
seconds.
58.
Yes, Bush, keep talking.
Like he's gonna decide when I click the button.
Exactly, that's what I'm assuming right
Oh,
45.
you assumed wrong.
now.
No!
What?
Maybe if you guys were.
I was
Dilation.
writing the.
You guys just need to learn how to write abbreviated things. Just write the easy stuff. Don't let it get
I
too
just
complicated.
abbreviation.
Get to the
I
point.
just remember it.
Get to the point.
Miss Peters, I never get to the point. It takes me
Wait,
like
I thought we just
two
did
years.
that.
Dilation
That's
creates
not-
similar
That's
triangles. Listen,
dilation.
dilation creates similar triangles or similar figures, meaning that their proportions have to be the same. But do the angles measures stay the same if something's similar?
No. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Do
Because
the
the sides
sides stay the same?
No.
No. And similar is marked by that little squiggly,
That is not bad.
that cute little squiggly line, yes?
Okay.
Which in Spanish goes over the ends.
Wait,
It's called a tilde. A tilde.
Yeah, whatever.
Day to day.
We're just gonna use it for
Yeah, Daniel, like
similar.
that.
It means similar in geometry
It
class.
means you get a warning in Mr. Luke.
Okay? The
What's
center of
the-
dilation is the origin of the dilation. Where the dilation is taking place from. The scale factor, if it's less than 1, the original figure is shrinking. We did talk about this a little yesterday.
Yeah.
If it's greater than 1, the original figure is expanding, okay? Like I said, lessons 2-1, 2-2, 2-3 are not hard. Then we do 2-4 and then we'll have a test.
It's too far.
Chapter 2 is only
I feel
4
like
sections.
second question can be
No, section 4 is not.
kind of nice.
It is kind of nice. Don't you like short chapters that get to the point? I love that. Okay.
I don't.
Have I stopped spelling dilation wrong this whole time? I thought there was an A after the
Dilation.
It says
Dilation.
dilation.
Dilation. Oh my gosh, I just
Dilation.
spelled it like that too.
That's how it's spelled.
No, it's definitely not. We're
It's
definitely
dilation.
dilation.
It's
You don't say
dilation.
dilation.
No,
you
you
say
said
Dilation.
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 Dilation?
Dilation.
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 Why is most, why is
Okay.
it like
Dilation.
this?
Dilation. Okay, here's what you're gonna see. The shrinking or expanding of a figure with each side shrinking or expanding proportionally. Okay, what dilation is happening here? First of all,
Smaller.
time out, which is my original figure?
Green. Green.
Why do you know that?
Because it doesn't have the numbers.
Okay, so it's getting smaller, which means what is it dilating by? How can we tell?
Listen one.
2.
No, I want to know specifically, what are you multiplying
Two
each
because it's
side?
two units?
Stop talking and listen to my question. What are you specifically multiplying by to dilate that to get it smaller? Courtney? By what?
45.
A 1/2?
Yes.
Okay, because the first one, if I look at CB, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 units, right? And if I look at CB on the second, I have 2. And if I look at DC, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then I have 4. So you have to multiply it by 1/2. okay? So you're gonna have to be able to give me those back and forth. Now, on the second figure, what is my original image?
GHEF.
Green.
Agree, there we go, because they both have GHEF.
But the other one's GHEF map.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, now, so what type of dilation is happening there?
Bigger?
Bigger. And what,
Bigger,
by
bigger.
what unit is it being dilated?
Four.
Three.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Well, HE is 3, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
it's
max
times three 'cause it's
HE
nine.
is
Nine.
9.
Nine.
So it's being multiplied by 3.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
not
okay.
adding, multiplying. Okay, so you're gonna have to be able to identify stuff like that in a picture. Can you do that?
No.
Yeah, maybe now I can.
Okay.
Probably not.
Don't believe myself.
Didn't we just do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Definitely not.
Oh, this is to talk about the center of dilation. The center of dilation does not have to be at the center of the figure. So if it's not at the center of the figure, they will tell you where it is. It could be like this. It could be at point E and I can dilate from there. So like my point E's could be matched up together, like this square, I could make like one inside of here like this, right?
Oh, I've seen
And
that.
it would have been dilated from there to expand. Does that make
That's
sense?
actually really cool.
Okay,
Yes.
so if the dilation point is not the center, it will be specific and tell you. Yes.
So like, can circles only be from the center? Like, can you
Um,
go from the side?
It can be from a side, a fixed point on the side, yeah.
Great.
Oh, that's so confusing.
Correct.
Are we gonna
Great.
learn that this year?
Well, we'll talk about it, yeah,
But
as
we
we go.
won't do it.
No, you'll do stuff. What?
Okay.
Will, they ever give us two shapes and say find the dilation point?
It goes a whole bit.
Well, like,
No.
two, they can't do
Well,
two
at
different
least right now, no.
ones. Okay.
Okay,
That's some smart people stuff.
okay, we're not to that yet, but yes.
But if
So they will tell you either the dilation is the center or they'll say the fixed point 6.2 or whatever. And then you'll have to go from there, okay? Okay. Maybe, there we go. Calculating the scale factor. So how do I calculate what the scale factor is on this?
Count.
You count the units.
You could count the units. What happens if I don't have units to count?
You put on a graph.
You measure it.
You measure it with a ruler.
Or I can use some type of formula.
What is the
The
formula?
Pythagorean theorem.
No.
Midpoint.
That's right.
Quadrilateral.
Distance formula.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I can
How?
I just named it.
Because if they give you two sets of points, if they tell you point A and point
Oh,
B is this,
yeah.
and then they tell you mapped A and mapped B is this, if you can figure out the distance, you can put them into a proportion, yes?
Oh, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so you might have to do that
I think
if
that's
you
so
can't
hard.
sit
I
there
kind
and
of know how to
count
do that.
points.
Can you show us how to do that? How it works? Because I don't know how it works.
Do you know how to find the distance?
Yes.
Okay, so you find the distance of each side. So if I find the distance of this here, and it's 5 units, and I find the distance of this here, and it's what,
Oh, I get that now. Never mind. I thought you
then
were
I put
saying.
them in a proportion.
I
But
thought
that
you
can
were-
only
I
be for
get
like
it now.
squares, right?
No,
No, it can be for anything.
you can just find the distance of
It
any.
can't be for circles.
The only thing you can't do circles yet, but we'll talk about how
No,
to
but
find
if they
the,
gave you
the measure of an
AB,
arc later.
What?
But
What?
if they gave you,
The measure of the circumference of a circle.
if they give you AB
Or
and then
arc.
AB marked, then you wouldn't know.
What are you asking me?
Like for that one, if they only gave us AB and AB marked, or
She's
mapped.
saying if it wasn't on a graph.
If they're
then it would
tough,
have
yes,
units.
but here's the deal, they would say in the question or in the problem, these two shapes are similar. Tell me the dilation or the scale factor, because it's the same thing. What you
Oh.
dilate by is called the scale factor. Tell me the scale factor of it if this side is this and this side is this.
I was-
Now, this letter represents scale factor.
What? That's an R.
When it says R, it's asking for the scale
That's
factor,
like radius.
just so you know. Okay, when it's dealing with scale factor, we deal with R's.
Can't they just put
No, I
Huh?
was thinking that you had to find
just
like
S
how
up.
long, like you were trying to find how big it was.
Right,
I was thinking scale factor
okay.
when I asked you.
Okay.
So please don't think I'm dumb.
No, too
I
late.
don't think you're,
Too late.
I just don't follow what you're saying. Okay,
It
so
makes sense in my head.
now we
Wait,
have
never
this
knew.
line with points A and B, and we have that line with mapped A and mapped B, and they wanna know what the scale factor is. What is the scale factor of that?
0.5. 1 point.
It's times 4.
It's 4 to 1, which is 0.25.
What do you mean it's 4 to 1?
It's 4 to 1. That's how
Okay, here's, let me tell you a secret about this.
Oh,
It is, how do you decide which one goes on top and which one goes on bottom when you're doing scale factor?
By which one is green and which one is yellow.
Which
Yes,
is first?
Chloe.
The letters.
The original line.
Okay, the original always goes on the bottom,
It does.
and the top is always the new.
Okay.
Because therefore, if it is getting larger, you would have a whole number, right? Because it would be
And
like
it's
4
smaller
over
than
1,
decimal,
like in
yeah.
this case, okay? But if it's getting smaller, you would have like 1 over 6 or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so the new image is on top always, the old image length is on bottom. Meaning, if you give me scale factors of stuff on your quiz on Thursday, and you don't do it in that order, it's wrong.
So original's on
Could you
bottom.
repeat?
New on top, old on bottom. So, no. New, old. No.
Oh, I thought you were saying no, I was wrong, but I was right. Okay, I get it now.
Okay, that's how I remember.
So
I
you
spelled
know-
No,
no,
you're
and
just
it's right.
wrong.
it. No is right.
This is a whole new level of stuff.
It
Wow,
is.
you're right,
Because
geometry.
in geometry,
Oh, no.
order matters
Don't you dare
always.
close your
Okay? Last one.
one.
Change, okay, rescaling an image. Okay, it says change the scale from 4 pixels per square to 6 pixels per square. What do I need to do with that?
There's more than 6 pixels per square.
There's much
There's
more
16
scale.
pixels per square.
What do I need to do?
Shrink it.
What?
So, you have a proportion of 4 over 6, and then you have, 20 over 32. And then
No,
you just finish the proportion.
it's 6 over 4.
Oh, 6 over 4, sorry.
Change the scale from 4 pixels per square foot to 6. So it's 6 over 4 because it's the new over the old, okay? So then how do I set that up then? What does my new dimensions become of this?
You just divide by 6. Would you do x over, 32
Bit over that.
No. What?
Oh, actually, I remember the dumb question. Just forgot that.
If I'm trying to change the factors of, do I have to change the length and width of this?
Yes.
No.
No. Yes. Yes, you do.
When I'm applying the scale factor, do I apply it to one part of it?
You
and
apply it
the
to
other?
all.
I apply it to all. So what am I gonna do with 20 and 6/4?
You
You're
take 6
gonna-
fourths of 20.
Yeah, no,
Divide
take.
20 by
Multiply.
6.
Multiply, you're always multiplying. So you're multiplying 6/4 by 20.
And then
So what's
multiply.
20 times 6?
Something.
120.
And what's 120 divided by 4?
30.
So my new dimension for my height is
30.
30.
Oh, that makes sense.
Now for my width, my new dimension would be 32 times 6, which is?
Oh, no.
32
Oh,
times 6 is 190. No, it's not 190. It is? No, because it'd be 90 plus 90, which is
6 times 2 is 12, and 6 times 3 is 18, 192.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh.
You said 198, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, you're saying 190.
And then take 192 and divide by 4.
Sorry, I
I
was
think you
dumb.
could have done better with the other songs.
Wait, what?
192 divided by 4.
Big day. Persons.
4 goes into 32.
48.
48. So you get 30, 48, yes? Okay, so when it asks you to do something like that, all you're doing is multiplying each section by the new scale factor to get your new image. Cool.
That's kind of easy.
Right, it is pretty easy. Turn that off.
Bye, guys.
Get out.
Thanks for watching.
Leave. Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe.